As Idahoans, we're used to hearing the phrase famous Idaho potatoes. But right now, the spuds aren't flying off the shelves like they used to. In today's Inside Ag, we went to the field to find out why fewer acres are being planted. For generations. How long have you been farming for?
Well, my whole life. I've been farming my whole life.
The Blanksmas have worked in this southern Idaho soil.
My family's been in this area for the last 38, 40 years.
Growing beans, alfalfa, wheat, and of course, potatoes.
These have been out of the ground for about 5 days, 5 to 7 days.
But his generation is now facing growing pains.
Potatoes this year we're down in acres along with everybody else about 5%. So we're right around the 520 acres of potatoes this year.
That's about a 30% drop compared to 3 years ago. And it's not just this farm. Across Idaho, potato acres are shrinking.
Demand. It's strictly a demand issue. Domestic demand is down. Our export demand is also slightly down.
The forecast is that Idaho potato acres will go from 315,000 last year to 300,000 this year.
70% of America's potatoes stay in America. Sean Ellis with the Idaho Farm Bureau Federation says this will be the smallest acreage since 1952.
Most of Idaho potatoes are grown for the frozen processing industry. The big three processors this year cut back on their potato contracts, so they go out before planting and they sign contracts with potato growers to grow a certain amount of potatoes. Well, those contracts were cut back in some cases pretty significantly this year, and some growers were zeroed out altogether.
With inflation, Blanksma says fewer people are eating out.
And so it's kind of made your frozen French fries or your tater tot, seems that they've kind of become a luxury item, which isn't good for our industry.
His farm is adjusting by planting more edible bean seed, but finding another crop likely won't be a big moneymaker.
Well, unfortunately, right now, there isn't a good market in hardly any crop that's raised in Idaho. Wheat, all the commodities, wheat and corn, are down. The edible bean seed and commercial beans have taken a hit. Mint has taken a hit. You name it, crop prices are down.
While these russet Burbank potatoes can store up to a year.
So they've been in here since September. These are going to go to the frozen market and one day become French fries or tater tots or hash browns or whatever they want to make with them.
Predicting how much to plant each year is difficult.
The problem with potatoes is they're perishable. I can't keep them forever. Corn and wheat, beans, we can keep those for a long time. We hope that we can do a right size planting every year to meet the demand. We don't want too little and we don't want too much. It just hurts our business. If we can flatten it and try to be as stable as we can with our market, it will lead to long-term success.
Now, the official USDA forecast for how many acres of potato is planted. Now, it doesn't come out until June 30th, so we're waiting for that. That's when we're going to know how many fields were actually planted this year. But experts anticipate it will mirror what they're seeing right now. And the bottom line is, while farmers are dealing with this, consumers might not necessarily deal with this, but still tough for the farmers.
Absolutely. I mean, like you said, the backbone of our state. We ship these internationally, and it's super important for the entire world.
Yeah, Idaho is #1 for potato producing in the States.
Incredible.